Man, you already know what it is. Jay Williams, let's live life, and we're back. Betrayal. Huh. Yes, Lord. We're talking about betrayal today. We've all been betrayed. Been betrayed since I've been home. Was betrayed before I went away. To think that you're gonna go to a place like the penitentiary, or that you can go to prison, and that you can be surrounded by a whole bunch of good guys, and that you ain't gonna be betrayed at some point or another. You must not plan on being there long. Because if you spend any substantial amount of time in there, you're gonna deal with some of the worst, some of the sneakiest, and you are absolutely at some point or another gonna be betrayed. Whether it be from somebody putting you in a situation you shouldn't be in, leaving you to deal with a situation by yourself, talking behind your back, or doing something they shouldn't be doing. Betrayal is something that's definitely going to come into play on more than one occasion. I've dealt with it more times than I like to admit. Like I said, since I've been home, I've had, people that were close to me, people I let close to me, I thought I could trust, do me dirty, talk bad about me, lie about me, drag my name through these dirty ass streets. Like that even matters. But anyway, today we're gonna get into betrayal. Yes, Lord. Y'all know how to seen it, know how to live it, so let's relive it. Quick update real quick. So I spent yesterday dealing with the merch, designing different things, everything from phone cases to stickers to shirts, hoodies, cups, you name it, blankets, towels, a lot of different merch coming out. If you go to my page and scroll over, you'll see a section that says store. As of right now, it says no items available. When I talk to the people at, I guess you call it customer service, and it's through Teesprings, they said it takes a day, sometimes 2 days, maybe a little longer, for everything to start loading up. So y'all make sure y'all check out the merch. Secondly, it is Friday, payday. And you know we got to get this money. So that's what we're on today. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into being betrayed. Betrayal. Yes, Lord. There's almost always signs leading up to the betrayal. Things that if you would have paid more attention to, you would have seen it coming. We don't usually pay attention to it. Nah. Why would we do that? We just deal with it and then we end up dealing with it. This first story starts off with betrayal and it ends with much worse betrayal. For any of my loyal subs, my followers, people that watch, y'all know my story. So in the time I was in prison, I worked maintenance. Said that before, probably said it 100 times. I was the maintenance man. Like if you live in an apartment complex, that guy that shows up to your apartment that fixes whatever's wrong, I was that guy in prison. If there was something wrong in a cell, a light went out in the pod, the microwave failed, the phone's messed up, the cell doors wouldn't close, the shower water stopped, your toilet was stopped up, outlets stopped working, you name it, I come and fix it. I would be with my boss and one other guy. Every morning I get up, do my routine, wash my face, brush my mouth and my tongue. If you brush your teeth, make sure you brush your tongue. Don't brush your teeth and then be standing there with a stinking ass tongue talking to somebody, right? They call first movement. I'd go eat chow. I'd leave from chow. I'd head over to the maintenance shop. Now the maintenance shop was a big open room with another room in the back that locked where tools, saws, things of that nature went. We'd have a work order list for the day printed out of different spots throughout the prison. that had things wrong, and we would go fix these things. It could be all the way on the other side of the yard, a place where other inmates don't have access to. Now here me and my boss and this other worker go, and I'm pushing this cart across the compound through all these different locked gates that you got to go through to get to this section. In doing that, I was able to see guys that normally I would never be able to see. They're locked down in a completely different location of the prison. We never interact with each other. In doing that, guys knew, all right, Jay can reach out and touch more people than everybody else. The maintenance workers can move. If you got something down in another building that you need to get back to this building, if I happen to be down there today when nobody's looking, I'll grab it from him, stash shit on the maintenance cart. And this is this big square, like, cabinet on wheels with a handle and all these drawers and stuff. And it's got these 2 doors that open. Big size, you know, good sized doors. So it was not uncommon for me to be somewhere and somebody be like, hey, I need you to get this back down to your building. Can you do it? And I look at the list and be like, yeah, I got to be in that dude's pod today. Send it over there and my boss ain't looking, I'll grab it and I'll throw it on the cart, right? You just got to pay me a couple items. Nothing big, nothing crazy. A couple bucks, throw me a bag of coffee, 2 bags, something small, and we'll call it back. We're pushing the maintenance cart one day and we're in a pod, and the dude that's with me does the same thing, but he wasn't passing anything off for anybody. He didn't have anything. So he ran into one of his homeboys down at another building and said, hey man, I'm doing bad, look out for me. You know what I mean? Like, pockets are on empty, stomach is growling, like, tell me some food, man. Dude looks out, puts him a little care package together. Now, you're not supposed to have anything on this cart but maintenance stuff. There would be no reason for you to have commissary on this cart. 0. And if you do, they always assume you're doing something wrong because, well, we usually were. We get this dude named Yance from Red Onion at Greensville. Yance was like way up the ladder as far as being a correctional officer went, to the point that he was like a captain or something, because he didn't even wear a CO's uniform. He would come in and dress slacks and a button-up shirt and be out there with the COs, like, shake him down, like showing them how they do things way up in the mountains at these super duper maxes, right? He came to Greensville and started trying to run it like it was one of these, you know, 23-in-1 institutions. Here we come from this building. The dude that's with me had just got some food from another guy, put it on the cart. And as we're going by Yance tells him, stop that cart. Like he's a cop or something. Stop that car. We stop. What's up? Hey, we need to check the cart. Check the cart. All right, whatever. They check the cart, pull out this commissary bag. It's got all this food, coffee, a couple hygiene items in it. It probably doesn't add up to $20. Now, me and dude had an understanding, I thought. If something gets caught, you get caught doing something, or you don't get caught, and it just seems like whoever did it, own up to it. Don't let the next man go down for what you did. They find the bag, and I look at homeboy like, waiting on him to say, okay, y'all got me, it's mine, man. I bought a couple things from my friend. Whose is this? Dude does one of them Jones, where he just looks around like, it ain't mine. You know what I mean? Without saying it ain't mine, he just stands there like, they ask again, whose is this? I'm looking around, like, trying not to make eye contact with dude. So I'm just like glancing around, look at the officer. Okay, both of y'all head back to the building. Go back to the building. Sergeant will get with you. Told my boss, all right, Ken, I'm gone, man. I'm headed back to the building. They come later that evening, pull me upstairs, hit me with a charge. Possession of contraband. Contraband and, you know, unauthorized items, this dumbass little charges they stacked on me. Asked me what I knew about it, how I pled. I said, I don't know nothing about nothing, man. Was it yours? I don't know nothing about nothing, man. I didn't see no stuff on the cart. You know, I was in the car earlier. I didn't see nothing in the car. I don't know, man. They asked dude. Dude tells him the same thing. He doesn't own up to it. Now, They'd fire both of us. I always get my job back. Something would break down and they'd be like, go get Jay. I'd always get my job back. They just always make me sweat. They'd like lay me off for like 30 days or so, right? The longest I went without my job was 90 days. One of the beauties of my job, as I told you, I could move from place to place, was that I could get in touch with more people. I could reach out to other sides of the yard. And you got a lot of yards on this compound, 3,700 people here. It's a big place, a lot of buildings, a lot of yards. Some of these yards wouldn't have no weed. Some of these yards wouldn't have, it'd be dry over there, but our side of the yard would be flooded with stuff. I dealt with all the dudes that, you know, sold this and sold that. There was times that I was the guy that had it. I was never the plug. You know, there was times I had my own shit, but at this time in particular, I got dudes that, hey, can you get this weed to such and such? He's gonna give you 2 boxes of cigarettes. Hey, get this to such and such. He's gonna give you 5 packs of cigarettes. Bring the cigarettes back to me. I'll break you off. It was a great hustle for me, right? Well, when I lost my job that time, that whole hustle of being able to get over there with a pocket full of weed already bagged up. And when I mean bagged up, we would take it and fold it up in paper. That hustle is now dead. We got dudes that I deal with on the other side of the yard, and the only way that I can still deal with them is through the kitchen workers. They eat in a separate chow hall than we do. So the chances of me seeing them are slim to none, unless I do what's called 229, that's unauthorized area, and take it upon myself just to go down to their building and sneak in and hope that later that evening when they call chow or something, I can sneak back out and pray that my name ain't been called down my building for anything, because now I'm missing, right? I talked to one of the dudes in the chow hall and I said, hey, you work in chow hall A, right? And the chow halls are connected, but there's a space in between where people make food and you can't see the inmates on the other side. There's a wall. 2 separate doors we go in. He's like, yeah, I do. I've known this dude a while. I'm cool with this dude. I think everything is straight with this dude. He's bought stuff from me in the past. I know other dudes he's bought from. He's always been a stand-up guy, right? I tell him, look, you want to make a couple packs of cigarettes. What's up? I need you to get this weed to the dude on Chow Hall A. He's going to come in. I've already flown a kite to him. We've been, you know, hit back and forth with each other. He's going to bring the cigarettes as soon as I tell him it's cool. He's going to bring in, you know, 2 boxes of cigarettes. You're going to give him this weed. I bet. What do I get out of it? Look, I'll take care of you. You know what I mean? I'm going to look out for you. Just make sure he gets the weed. All right, Jay, I got you. I fly the kite over, set everything up. Give the dude that works in the chow hall that lives in my pod, I give him the weed. He takes it to work. That evening he comes back, I'm expecting him to bring me 2 boxes of cigarettes. Brings me the weed back. I said, oh, the fuck, why you bringing me the weed back? It's like, dude said he ain't want it, man. Like, that, you know what I mean? Like, he ain't want it or some shit, man. I don't know, we couldn't really talk about it. The guard was standing there and I'm like, he ain't want it. He was like, yeah. I was like, so he's been in it. He was like, what do you mean? I would, once I closed the paper up, I put a little piece of tape. It was actually, I peeled a sticker off the deodorant, cut a little slit in it, take the little, it's almost like a gluey sticker, and stick it to the piece of paper to hold it closed so it wouldn't pop open. I said, the tape has been moved, man. This ain't the way I put it on here. Like, dude went in it. Yeah, he did have it for a minute, man. He might have, but I don't know. I didn't see him go in it, man. He went and sat down at the table and, you know, brung it right back to me. I said, all right, man. So I take it, put it back with the other stuff. A little bit later that day, I get thinking about that tape. I said, man, let me check this shit out. I open it up. It's not all there. And I know how much it is because we would take the spoon and you would fill, like, take the spoon, break the weed up real good and fill the spoon, level it off, and it's a spoon of weed or a box piece. That's a carton of cigarettes. You dump that in the paper. Same thing with the second box of cigarettes, you dump it in the paper. I get to measuring this in a spoon. There's 1 spoon. Boom. Barely puts anything in the second spoon. I'm missing almost a whole spoonful of weed, almost a whole box of cigarettes worth of weed, right? I holler at dude that night. Told you he lives in my pod. I said, yo, after we come off the counter, I said, the weed's fucked up, man. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, somebody went in the weed. The weed, all the trap ain't there, all the tree ain't there, man. For real? I said, yeah, for real, man. Where's dude? I mean, like, you need to holler at dude and tell dude he's got to send me over a box of cigarettes, or I'm going to get it somebody, you know, down there on his side of the yard to get it him. He's got to pay for that, man. All right, I got you. Did you holler at homeboy? Nah, man, I didn't even see him. But when I see him, I'm going to let him know what you said. I said, no, I'm not playing, man. Let him know that I need that box of cigarettes. There is no debating it. I need that box of cigarettes, right? Like 2-3 days have gone by now, and he's still saying, nah, I ain't seen the dude, man. I haven't seen him. I said, okay, that's what it is. I'm going 229. I'm going on unauthorized area. I'm going to see what's going on, right? I go down the dude's building. Not supposed to be down there. Being down there in that building, I can go to the hole just for getting caught in this building. I don't belong there. I go in with everybody coming back from chow, stand there, go up in his pod, and I go to his cell. I say, hey, man, I know you got the kites I've been trying to send you. I know you got word I've been trying to send you. He's like, nah, what's up? Like, don't have a clue as to what's going on. I said, you went in the fuck. I said, look, you went in the weed, man. I said, you went in the pack, took some, then gave it back to the dude and said, nah, I don't want it. That's like you buying some drugs, taking some of it, and then being like, oh, I'm not actually, on second thoughts, man, this ain't what I thought it would be. I don't want it. He was like, went in it. He's like, I didn't go in it. I said, what you mean you ain't go in it? He was like, dude showed it to me. Dude was standing right there at the window where you push the trays in, where you wash the trays at. Opened it up, showed it to me, and I was like, hell no, that ain't right. I don't want it. He was like, and he folded it back up and stuck it back in the line of his pants. He was like, I was mad at you because I came to the chow hall with 2 boxes of cigarettes and took a risk of getting tore off. I said, wow. So you're telling me you never even touched the weed? I never touched it. Say word. Jay, I never touched the weed, man. Dude had the weed the whole time. I never touched it. Okay. That evening, they let us back out. They called movement for something. I can't remember if it was school or what it was, but it was later that evening. I slide out with everybody. I don't get caught in this building. I make my way back down to my building. I go back in my pod, right? I go to dude, and I'm like, what's up, man? And he was like, what's up? I said, I guess we got problems. He was like, wow, what's going on? I said, you went in the fucking sack, man. You went in the sack and took the weed. What? I said, dude, you went in the sack and you took the fucking weed. Simple as that. Jay, I ain't going to sack, man. I gave it to dude. He went and sat down at the table with it. He must have took some and came back. I said, look, I'm not trying to really hear none of that. Dude is saying, he's like, man, you don't even know dude like that. How long you know me? I done dealt business with you a million times, man. You know that I wouldn't do nothing like that. Dude's a liar. Dude's trying to put that shit on me. We'll straighten that shit. We'll straighten it. I said, all right, well, that's what it is. We got to go to church. We got to go somewhere where the two of us and him will be there at the same time so we can really see what's going on, right? Yeah. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Now, the dude that was supposed to get the weed was a good-sized dude. He was going to break it down and sell it and make a profit. Turn his 2 boxes of cigarettes into 2.5 boxes and smoke a little bit. The dude I'm telling you about, I originally gave the weed, he wasn't built like that. Like, he wasn't no fighter. He wasn't looking for no wreck. But at the same time, you saying this man went in it and he's blaming you, you got to straighten it. And you put yourself in the middle. You got to do what you got to do. You didn't bring me back what I gave you. All right, I got you, Jay. So I sent a kite down to dude. I said, look, I need you to meet with us at church, man. Go to church services on Sunday. Dude's going to come down there, and he said he'll tell you to your face that you're a liar. You know what I mean? When we get down there, that he's going to tell you to your face you went in it, and that if anything's gone, you're the one that took it. Shoots a kite back. Bet. I'll beat his ass right in church. I don't care. He's a liar. That's all right. Here we go. Saturday rolls around. Everything's cool. Sunday rolls around. We're on the list. We're going to church that night. I go to rec earlier that day. Get my workout on. Run a little bit. Jump rope. Finish off some sprints. Some jogging after we lift weights. And I come back in. And I go to homeboy's cell. This shit's all gone. This shit has happened so many times. There's a such thing as putting too much pressure on somebody, because when you do that and they know that they're in harm's way, they're gonna eliminate themselves. They're gonna get gone. They're gonna get moved to another part of the prison, say they fear for their life, whatever the case may be. I come in from rec, go over to dude's cell, just making sure, hey, we straight, right? We straight, we're going to church tonight, right? Not in there. Get to looking around the bottom bunk. is empty and the celly's bunk is still made on the top. I said, man, you got to be kidding me. I'm thinking that maybe he got locked up for something. Go to somebody else, what happened? Oh shit, old boy checked in. Went to the 3rd floor, told the people whatever he told them, and they snatched him up out of here. You know what I mean? Came and got it with all his stuff. I said, man, this about a bitch. Now I've got to pay back this weed that's missing. About 3 hours later, man, it's about time to go to church. I'm on standby. They getting ready to call a church call. I get called upstairs to the sergeant's office. I go up there, what's going on? You selling drugs? I said, what do you mean am I selling drugs? I'm not selling no damn drugs, man. What are you talking about? I'm trying to get my maintenance job back. Are you selling drugs? If you were to take a piss test right now, would you pass? Yeah, I passed piss test. I ain't been doing nothing wrong. What are you talking about? Am I selling drugs? Offender such and such said that you gave him something to give to somebody else. He opened it, didn't know what it was marijuana, and now you're putting pressure on him and guys want to hurt him because y'all are saying he stole. I said, wow, he didn't just check in. He told him everything that happened. I spun him. I said, nah, dude owes me some money, man, on some things I loaned him, but it ain't nothing about no drugs. He's just telling y'all that to make it seem more serious than it is so he can get gone up out of here. Like, I ain't carry that dude no nothing, man. Like, betrayal. Yes, Lord. It all started with that dude having that commissary on that damn maintenance card. He's supposed to own up to his. He didn't. He betrayed me. Then with the child hall worker dude, all he had to do was give the dude the damn weed, not go in it, bring the cigarettes back out. I gave him 2 packs. What's he do? He gets greedy and steals some of it. Then tries to put it on the dude. And when it was time to come face to face with the dude would have been the one to beat him up. I don't think we'd have jumped him. I think dude would have said, man, you trashed my name, stole some shit, tried to blame me. I'm gonna beat your ass. Betrayal. Yes, Lord. Let's get into the next one. As far as the last story goes, I ended up having to make things right when it came to the weed that was missing. I ended up having to pay for it. And from that day forward, if I gave you something, I don't care who you gave it to, what else happened, what happened after I gave it to you, I gave it to you. I learned a valuable lesson that day. Doesn't matter what you do with it after I put it in your hands. After I've given it to you, you are responsible. Don't come to me telling me what he did or what they said or what happened over there. It's your ass on the line, and that's how we carried it from there forth. I should have carried it like that from the gate, but I honestly trusted that dude to a degree. Had done business with him. He had a good name. I had no reason to think he would check in, no reason to think he would steal from me, or no reason to think that he would put me, him, the guy that he was accusing, and the guy I owed against each other. Betrayal's a bitch. You gotta watch these dudes. Trill. Let me tell you about Trill. The reason we call Trill, he had the word Trill tattooed on the side of his neck. This is a Virginia dude. Remember back in like the 90s and stuff when Texas was real big with the chopped and screwed music in the early thousands and all that, and everybody was saying Trill, like too real. They put that one word together. Well, he had Trill tattooed on the side of his neck. Wasn't really my type of dude, basically because he tried too hard to be down. Like, he wanted to be down with everybody. He wanted to be down with the black dudes, with the gang members, with the white dudes. Like, he was one of those dudes that could just blend in to any environment you put him into, right? My homeboy's in a cell with Trill. Over time, I talked to Trill here and there. My celly's telling me a little bit about him. He says, man, this dude got a whole gang of charges, man, like 30-some plus years. I said, word? I didn't think he don't even move like he might have 3-4 years. He's like, nah, he got 30 plus years. Like, they ran up in his crib, got a gun, all types of drugs bagged up, you know, different shit. He got out on bond and ended up stabbing his best friend while he was out on bond and damn near killed him. Punctured one of his lungs, put him in the hospital. I said, what? He was like, yeah, he's pretty sure his best friend snitched on him. So he made bond. Him and his best friend get to arguing over it. One thing leads to another. He stabs him in the chest, punctures one of his lungs, and got locked back up for that. Violated his bond, Caught a malicious wounding, assault with a deadly weapon, on top of all the charges he already had, right? Trill goes on to become a GD. Had rocked with everybody, and to the point that he figured out, all right, this is what I want to do. I want to be Gangster Disciple. So now you see him all day going around with Gangster Disciples. He's got the tattoos on him. He's going to put the big star right on the front of his throat, letting everybody know what he is. All these different gang tattoos. Now he looks like a whole entire moron, right? Well, the whole time he's in prison, his co-defendant, what he thought was his co-defendant, the guy he stabbed, ends up getting locked up on some separate charges quite a while after he got locked up. He's getting word that this dude is at the same prison we're at and is over in the intake building, is going to be coming out in the main population soon. Until he comes out of main population, we're kept separate from the intake building, right? Him and dude talk through the fence. I told you 9 building and upper 8 building share a rec yard, and 7 building and the lower half of 8 building share a rec yard as a weight pit, and they end up talking through the fence, right? They're more or less beefing, but trying to get to the bottom of, dude knows why he stabbed him, but they're trying to get to the bottom of who the hell told on him. Dude tells him, man, I think such and such told on you, but you my homeboy. I'm willing to overlook the fact that, you know, we got to fight and you stabbed me and shit. Like, I'm going to be here in a minute. You going to be in here for a minute. So as far as us beefing, like, we got to squash this shit. It always ends bad. You got both of them at the same prison now. He says, look, man, this is what I'm going to do. I've been put in for my motion of discovery. Your motion of discovery is the paperwork that states everything about your case. From how they figured out that you were a drug dealer, where they got the information from, who it was, unless it's a confidential informant, then it'll say CI. He said, I'm waiting on my motion of discovery to come back. I finally put in for it, paid for it. It's like 20 some bucks. And when it comes in, then, you know what I mean, if you didn't do it, we'll talk about it, my bad. He's telling all his GD homeboys, like, I know when the motion of discovery comes back, it's going to be him. Now, it's much worse for this dude now, because he doesn't just have to deal with the dude that stabbed him, and they were once really close. He's got to deal with all these gang members also. Like, damn, homeboy, you told on, you know what I mean, one of our members. That's how everything started. That's why he's in prison for the drugs, the gun. He stabbed you behind it, so he's got all this fucking time. Like, if it comes back that you told, you can't walk around here. You got to go check in and live the rest of your bid in the hole, right? I guess he goes over to the visiting rooms talking, not guess, he went to the visiting room, telling his mom about his motion of discovery. And they're discussing it, and, you know, he's asking her questions, like, had anybody else been in the house? Like, did you have any company? Did my brother have any company over? Because only select few people knew what I was doing at the time. Nah. Whoever told on you is somebody close to you. Most likely exactly who you think it is, right? Motion of discovery comes back. It wasn't Trill's homeboy that told on him. It wasn't any of Trill's homeboys that told on him. It was Trill's mom. Trill talked to his mom on the phone and told him, Mom, your name is all over my paperwork. It says that you sent them pictures of what I had in my room. You sent them pictures of the stuff I had in the closet and in the drawer, and of the gun under the mattress. It says you sent them pictures of all of that. That on several occasions you would let a detective come in and see what was in the house, and that's what led to them running up in there and taking me to jail, which led to me stabbing my homeboy, which led me to doing 30-some years in prison. You know what his mom said? I was just trying to save you. Betrayal. She thought that by contacting the police and detectives and turning them on to what her son was doing, that it would stop him. It ultimately landed him in prison for 30 plus years on this aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, malicious wounding, drug charges, a gun charge, and a whole assortment of all of your favorite felonies. I don't think there is any bigger betrayal than to be betrayed by a family member. And his mother had been coming to see him for the longest time, for a couple of years now, sending him money, looking at him in his face, went to his trial, all of that, knowing she was the one that sent her son away. You know, they say trust is to be earned, not given. There's some truth to that statement. But even in allowing someone to earn your trust, they can still betray you. It's usually those closest to us that betray us. And it hurts that much more when you find out that somebody you love, somebody you really rock with, somebody you're close to, has buried that knife in your back and just twisted that handle. It hurts that much because we love them and we never see it coming. I've had friends that I've had to cut off that I've known my entire life. Guys that I love, man. Guys that I spent a lot of time in the streets with. Guys that I spent, years of my childhood with. Turn on me for one reason or another. A lot of times it's jealousy, envy. All those things will make a man do things he wouldn't usually do. And in no way, shape, or form do I play any part in being wrong in the situation. We are all going to be betrayed. And I wish I could say that there's ways to avoid it. There's not. The only way you can avoid it is to be a recluse and deal with absolutely nobody in life. You can be rich and the guy that works in your office be sleeping with your wife. You can be poor, go to work, and your wife have the neighbor coming over. You never know. Betrayal comes in all shapes, sizes, and forms. I've been betrayed more times than I care to admit. I've been hurt by those I loved, those I trusted, those that I thought were down for me, had my best interest at heart. Today, in today's world, I don't do the friends. I can count them on one hand, and the majority of the guys that I even put on that hand are locked up. I keep my circle small. I'm talking smaller than a newborn baby ant dick. That's how small my circle is, man. I'm tired of being betrayed, tired of being lied to, but it's not gonna stop, man. Somebody watching this right now that's dealing with it. Somebody watching this right now that's dealing with some form of betrayal, and they're looking for me to give them the answer. People have been betraying one another since the beginning of time. Look at Cain and Abel from the Bible. Look at Adam and Eve and God. Betrayal is something that's always been here. And as long as sin lives and sin is alive, which will always be here, betrayal will push forward. Watch those that you keep around you. Watch the ones you keep around your family. Watch what you say to people. Watch what you do with people. But hey, in a world where even a mother will tell on her son, you can watch people all you want. Chances are, they're watching you as well. But anyway, man, like I told you in the beginning, Friday, payday. Gotta get this money. Gotta get the guys paid. Stay on the lookout for the merch. As soon as they upload it to the site, it will be there. It will be on my page in the store section. I'm gonna sit down tonight, work on some more designs. Make sure you jump in the comments section and drop some of your favorite one-liners, and let's see if it ends up on a t-shirt, on a sticker, on a backpack, a towel, blanket, a beanie, something. Put your favorite one-liners in here. Let me know about the times y'all been betrayed. Anyway, these institutions, jails, detention centers, these prisons, they're all just crazy worlds outside of this already crazy world we live in. And as always, y'all know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to keep y'all entertained. Are you not entertained? And like always, this is Jay Williams. Let's live life. And to all my real ones, and there are some real ones watching, because y'all still watching me. Y'all know how we do. Salute. Hi, Lewinsky's.